Yo, start the shit over again. Yo, what's happening, man? So, I just want to do a little rundown for the youth and for, the people that's old too. Don't really matter. Okay, first things first. I got to put something out there. So about 4 years ago, a person came out by the name of Tupac Hoax, who has changed his name into Industry Hoax. And he came out with like a 50-chapter series on how the whole Tupac death was a hoax, it's a sham. Several of us watched it and did a review of it. I did one. It ended up being one of the highest viewed reviews. But it's not about me. It's about all the information he showed in doing that. And what it did was it opened our eyes to a lot of the games that we already knew were taking place in the industry. We just had no idea it was to this magnitude. So they have a new documentary coming out. I think it's called Tupac and His Mother. And everybody's talking about how he had all this love for his mom, and his mom was a Black Panther and all this and all that. I want to show how that whole family is government agents. That's what I want to show. From the Shakur last name to how his mother's name is not Afeni, how his name is not Tupac. I want to get through this whole rundown because, see, what they're about to do is they're about to have us go down memory lane again, celebrating people that are lying. People that are lying to us, backstabbing, betraying us, all types of stuff. So what do I want to start with first? For one, I want to start out stating the fact that Tupac could have been a homosexual for multiple reasons. For one, he had no kids. And then for two, he did a lot of weird stuff. Like, let's do this one first. And this is information given to us by Marlon Wayans, somebody who did a lot of acting with Pac, somebody who was around Pac, somebody who knows Pac. And the other interesting thing is he's talking to Omar Epps, somebody else who knows Pac. But we know the story is true because they're both confirming it. Check this out.
And me, him, and Tupac Shakur was hanging out because y'all did juice together.
Oh my goodness!
And Omar sleeping
really
like
bring this up?
And what people don't know about Pac is Pac was like he was a funny dude.
He was a funny
Omar
dude.
sleeping like that, and Omar and Pac went and took his balls and put them out and put them right near Omar's mouth, so it looked like Omar was like there. Yo, I remember one time.
Why did you just do that?
I don't know.
Now,
because you're talking about all these sad memories. My love past.
Now, here's the interesting thing about that. Pac's supposed to be thug life. Supposed to be super duper gangster. I don't know gangsters that play like that unless they are homo. Like, the only time people play, like that in penitentiary is if that's how they get down. They pitch and catch. Most people don't play the booty rub game or putting your privates around men and all types of stuff like that unless that's how they get down. Now, this is the second story I've heard. Because if I was to go get the Tupac, I just don't remember what chapter it's in. There's a time where Pac's at a party. And it's a party full of dudes. Ain't no women there. And he pulls out his dick. And, like, it's like a weird situation where it's like, why are you doing that, bro? Why are you pulling out your wang And you're supposed to be some thug life dude. Like, think about it. Both ways. Whether it's thug life or revolutionary. He shouldn't be into homosexual behavior. That shouldn't be his MO. I don't know most thugs that would kick it around a bunch of gays. Now we're going to run into another situation with him. And I know you're like, well, what's this got to do with what we're talking about? Oh, this has everything to do with everything. Because if he's not who he claims he is, and his mother's not who she claims she is, then why are we celebrating these people? That's where it gets interesting. So now we're going to listen to another one of his friends. This is Spice One. And he's going to talk about how Tupac invited him to a club where there was a bunch of naked men in it. Let's get interesting. Let's go.
Motherfuckers say all that, or if he was all of this bullshit, nigga, get the fuck out of here. Shut the fuck up, nigga. I was there, nigga. I was out in New York, and the homie, he took me to one club, to a club, and and I seen some nigga jump up, and he was naked or some shit. And I'm like, hey, where you got me at, my nigga? Hey, where you got me at, my nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, it's naked niggas running around here. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
That's a little bit sus.
I was there, nigga. You might as well say I'm a gimmick too.
You're not lying.
I was with the nigga. So what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? For a nigga to say, oh, this nigga was that, this nigga was that. Well, I was with him, so you saying I'm all that too?
Let's not get too deep now. Please,
I'm a motherfucking ballerina, nigga. I'm all that. You get the fuck out of here, nigga. I know I ain't with that shit, because I would have acted a damn fool. It wasn't no fake shit going on, man.
Seemed kind of weird. You saying you wasn't with it, you'd have acted a fool, but you're literally in the situation and you're telling them, hey man, where you got me at, you didn't act the fool.
Man, the nigga mama was a Black Panther, man.
We're stopping there.
The nigga was born in jail.
Born in jail. This is good. This is good information. This is good. It's good that he's speaking on this. Now, he said his mother was a Black Panther. Okay. This is where it gets interesting because Pac was revolutionary. Then he turns into a thug. Okay. His mother was a Black Panther. But then she turns into a dope fiend lesbian. People were like, dope fiend lesbian? All right. So there is... Let's do it like this. Tupac name, the one that you guys know, is Tupac Amaru Shakur. And there's something interesting about that shit too, but we'll get into that later. So, okay, this is the name that everybody knows. But why was Tupac's name Leslie Parrish Crooks? Which a lot of people know that. A lot of people know that was his. See, the interesting thing, before I even read this, the interesting thing is this guy is all about revolutionary stuff, which is going to go back to, where comes from. This is where Afeni comes from. The name Tupac itself, though, and Amaru are both American names. So I'm saying Tupac was a government agent. I don't even believe Tupac is of African descent. I believe Tupac is a Cuban. I'll get into that later. Pac, the name Tupac is a Inca Indian name. You know what I'm saying? It's an Inca warrior. He was a leader. Okay, that's an American name. Okay, Amaru, that is also a South American name. So it's interesting that this person whose real name on his birth certificate is Leslie Parrish Crooks, they're going to turn him into this great, revolutionary for black people, for Black Panthers and all that. But they're going to give him 2 American names that nobody's going to get. They're not going to understand. They're going to think Tupac and Amaru is some African stuff, but not even realizing these are 2 Indian names. So they're kind of like throwing like a slap in your face, kind of like a wink, like, haha, we got you. People don't understand. Why would I bring that up? Well, I'm bringing that up because we're just realizing the whole, Aboriginal American conversation. So when people think that I'm a conspiracy theorist because there's no point of why would they do that? Why would they make up this character? Why would they mislead people? Why would they do all that? Because we're saying that we are the original American and they hid our birthright. Like they literally snatched it. They changed it through the census several times. This is way before Pac. You know what I'm saying? The Indian colored Negro, Black, Afro-American, African-American, all this happens before Pac. So it's not like this situation hasn't already been taking place. So you can't look at me like I'm just making stuff up. No, I'm not. Where is that? That's the birth certificate that they give. The GOAT was born Leslie Parrish Crooks on June 16th, 1971. A few days later, June 29th, 1971, his mother, Alice Faye Walker, Afeni Shakur, changed his name to Tupac Amaru Shakur, which made him the 3rd well-known person to carry the name Tupac Amaru. Afeni and Tupac's father, Billy Garland, gave their son the name Leslie Parrish Crooks to avoid him being targeted by his Black Panther affiliated family. All right. Sounds cute. Cute story. Cute story on why they changed his name because, they were hiding who he was and all this different stuff. Now, remember, this is a crackhead. This is the funny thing. Like, the whole time they're talking about 71 and, them hiding and all this different stuff. This girl is going to eventually start smoking dope. Because there's no crack yet. Crack don't hit until the 80s. I think the earliest form of crack is freebase, and that don't hit until like 82. You know what I mean? That's why DJ Quick said that bar that was dope. He was like, I'm the man, like having, bricks in 82. Like nobody had no fucking, like what? No. So this person hides him under this name that people are probably like, well, okay, where'd that name come from? Oh, we about to get into that. We about to get into exactly where she got that name from. This is funny too. It's another funny thing. It's like I'm basically getting into how his mother was in a gay relationship, and that's even how he got his last name. Because think about it. Think about it. They just both said something. Her name is Walker. Her last name is Walker. His last name is Garland. Why the fuck would it be Crooks? Where did that come from? You know what I'm saying? That's what we need to find. We need to find, well, how did they get the name Crooks to begin with? Where did that come from? Came from when she was locked up. Let me see if I can get the actual the article, because I can show the picture, but back in the 70s. Back in the 70s. Now, anybody who knows what 33 is code language for control out of chaos, which is basically CC. Okay, it's the same thing. When you look at the name of the dyke that she was messing with, her name is Carol Crooks. So, like Tupac Hope said, the name probably is coming from this lesbian relationship that she got into. Then all you gotta do is buy Afeni Shakur's book, where she admits that she was getting into quarrels with people in the Black Panther Party for her lesbian desires. Like, the dudes basically in the females in the party knew that she went both ways, and they wasn't feeling that, because that's not a part of, the Black Panther struggle. You're not supposed to, it's man, woman, child. Okay, so why is all this going down with this group, this Shakur stuff? And that's why I'm asking, should Tupac and his mom, should they be celebrated? Because he's like, even as a crack fiend mama, you always was Black queen mama. Okay, so reverse it. Even as a deadbeat papa, you always was a Black king papa. No, y'all would never say nothing like that. So why is it demonizing to the women? Why is this saying? Why is the guy saying, keep your head up, but then I get around? This is on the same album. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is on the same album. So the energy is it's duality, you know what I'm saying? It's split up, but it's like, why are they doing it like that? See, I bring in different points and different conversations to what we're talking about. I'm not saying you can't like his music. I'm not saying you can't think Pac, was funny. It's like, because this is the funniest thing. Before and after, me watching the review, the Tupac hoax, and doing the review of it, and I still have that tape. I can pit out the original tape of the whole review, but it's like, after watching it, of course, I still like Tupac's music. I still like his beat selection and stuff like that, but it made me realize that this game is created. There's a reason that, they have Black people kill each other. It's not like y'all was like that. That doesn't make any sense. Because remember, these are supposed to be the weak Africans. All the ones that got put on the boat, supposedly, are the ones who got captured. So they weren't the strongest of the strongest, because that's what they say. Just watch Woman King. They took over the weaker tribes. Okay, so with the Dahomey and the Ashanti and all of them, they would take weaker tribes. And so they beat them. So how is it that now they're all wild? And where's this Indian coming from? Where's this energy coming from? It seemed more like some wild Indian shit. You know what I'm saying? It seemed more like y'all just naturally like that. And it ain't really got nothing to do with influence. It's just, where's the influence taking you? Like, you're going to fight regardless. But I'm going to point you in front of a nun, and you're just going to start taking off. You feel me? It's like that. It's like the battery's already in your back. It's just the navigation, wherever I put you, you know what I'm saying, and how I put you on that mission. Everybody's not a fighter. Some people are readers. Okay. So some people are speakers. Okay. If I let you rhyme, but I only point you in the direction of negativity, you dig? It's like I'm not pointing you in the direction of positivity. People look at Pac like he was positive, but no, he wasn't. In the beginning, he was. And that's the infiltration. That's where it don't make any sense. You do not go from revolutionary to gangster. Like I said in the review, you do not go from RBG to gangster. It's impossible to do. It makes no sense. If you're not noticing the destruction in your neighborhood, that's one thing. But once you start to notice, you can't turn around. You can't turn around and change your perspective on what you know is there. It doesn't work like that. So I'm saying that to say this. Why do they get put out there like they represent something so positive when Pac at the end joins Mob Piru and gets killed in a Crip war or by some Crips? Why is his mom some revolutionary person all in the 70s, all in the 60s, and then ends up smoking dope? Why? Like, how does that even make sense? It's supposed to be the white man's poison. You're supposed to be totally against everything that he's done. And Pac's telling you, I was raised on welfare, food. Okay, bro, why? Oh, they infiltrated us. Bro, it's not adding up. It's still not adding up. It's like you said your mom was like a top-ranking member of the New York division. And then later on, you know, they go from being broke to rich in this rap game, and he lasts. It says, "I'm going to be rich to 96." He says that on his like second album. He's like calling his death year already. And people say that, oh, he predicted his own death. No, he didn't. It was planned. It was planned out. What have they been doing? Taking y'all back down the spiral of hell. BMF, Snowfall, Empire, Ghost, Wrath of Cain, all this drug dealing. They always trying to take you back down the same tunnel. Pac saying he was raised as a kid, you know what I'm saying? He talked to the hustlers and the pimps and all. Okay, so why would he grow up claiming to be revolutionary, and then all of a sudden now it's Mac Baller and Boss Player and you know what I'm saying, hollering at the hoochies and what's the other one? Every other city I go, see the same hoes. Like, he went from pour out a little liquor to when we ride on the enemies. He just changed the whole thing up. But it had been happening thug life. See, the transition happened real early. Pac wasn't revolutionary, but for shit, digital underground. Because even when he comes with Tupac Lives Now, he's already kind of b-boying it. He's already kind of street already. He got some little positive music, but it's already street. Then it's strictly for my niggas. Now we're going even harder. And remember, at the time he's putting out Strictly for My Niggas and Thug Life and stuff like that, he's dating Madonna. He's giving Vanilla Ice a pass when Heavy D's dissing him at the Soul Train Award. He the one talking about, oh, don't talk about the white boy like that. So it's like, Pac's whole revolutionary story has so many holes in it. It doesn't make any sense. Then you got his mom smoking dope and lesbian relationships. Where's the revolutionary in that? And if we're saying that today, that's the spiral of hell that they're taking y'all in, what is there to be celebrated? Do we just give up on, what is actual, data? Is information is right there. I know people looking at this like, I could read this whole thing if I wanted to. I could read this whole thing. I'm looking for a certain pot. They just talk about how the guards beat up Carol Crooks, but the name of this book that it's in is literally called Dyke. You know what I'm saying? Now I get that the story is more grander than talking about lesbian relationships because they're talking about police or COs, roughing up inmates. I understand that, but it's in a lesbian book. It was a lesbian book called Dyke back in the 70s, I believe, or the 80s. And they're talking a story about this Carol Crooks. Okay, she's the one that she was locked up with. All right, when he's born, or it wasn't in the 80s, it had to be in the 70s, like, because his mom wasn't locked up that long. But it had to be like 70. You know what I'm saying? Because Pac's being born. When she's locked up, Pac's in her stomach. Okay, so For some reason, he gets out, or he's born, and his last name, she names him Crooks. But her last name is Walker, and his dad's last name is Garland. Where the hell did Crooks even come from? Then in her book, I gotta find her book. In her book, she speaks on having a lesbian relationship. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if I can find it. Oh shit! This is talking about how she even she made protests for lesbian rights. Her and another girl named Joan Bird. You know what I'm saying? But they was both members of the Panther 21, and it speaks on how Huey P. Newton's speech on gay and feminist liberation would be the beginning of a unwinding of the homophobia and misogyny within the Black Power movement. Now, look at that. Look at that. The one who ends up ends up buying the dope or stealing the dope and getting killed from the other Black Panthers and became the Black Guerrilla Party. For some reason, he's the one speaking on, gay liberation. Whatever, yo. Look. Documentary's coming out soon. Everybody gonna talk about Dear Mama and how he cared about his mama and they had such a great relationship. Okay, can we stop with the bullshit? Could y'all stop doing that? Like, can we just call it what it is? Why, for some reason, would we be celebrating somebody who's young and dumb, but not that dumb because he knew what he was doing? That's what we're saying. He knew what he was doing. There wasn't even no blood on the crime scene, and they say that they took him out of the car and laid him on the ground. There wasn't even no blood on him. All that shit is documented. We have it all. So it's like, I don't know. As far as mom passing and shit, I don't know. Maybe she's dead. I don't know. What I do know is this. Should they be celebrated when, in the end, they really didn't bring nothing good to the table? Pac didn't change anything. He didn't. And the way he went out was on some gangbang stuff. That's how he left. That's how he went out. He didn't go out on, red, black, and green flag and, uniting the brothers. And, he didn't. He went out on Thug Life. That's how he died. And then he does the weird Masonic last album, Machiavelli, with the black and white disc. It's like, it was a chessboard. Pretty much what it was. It was a chessboard disc. Like, him crucified on the cross. Like, all this is all. And then in the album, follow me. You know what I'm saying? Eat my flesh. It's like, he was putting the Christ move on. He was saying he's going to be the savior of the streets, the ones that they're all following. Okay, what so came from that? Death, destruction. Ain't nobody winning. Everybody's messed up. Nobody's getting nothing done right. The country's even worse. So not only is the neighborhood messed up, but the whole system is messed up. And you think that wasn't propaganda from show business? People like, see, yeah, it's the evil. Okay, bro, but what side is that? Like, that's when people keep messing up. You have never seen a Republican movie star, yo. You've never seen it. You've never seen anybody famous in the industry, the music or acting, that's a Republican. It's always frowned upon. So it's pretty clear where all the mayhem is coming from. It's pretty easy to see. Only a fool would not be able to see it. Okay, that's the side Pac was on. He was in acting school first. He was in acting school. He becomes an actor. He's a rapper. He played all the character roles that they wanted him to play. Okay, you don't think his mom was a part of the jig? His name's not even Tupac. Her name's not even Afeni. Both of them took on this African role. Shit, her name is Annie. Annie Faye Walker. It's like, how does Annie Faye Walker and Leslie Parrish Crooks become Tupac, Amaru, Shakur, Afeni, Shakur? How does that happen? Oh, these aren't Black Panther names. You mean these are your Marxist names? Ain't nobody dumb. Now that people are older, we can clearly see that was like Black Panthers ain't nothing but BLM and Antifa today. That's all it is. Same shit. Same shit all over again, just a different name. Same shit. And only fools is falling for it. Everybody gonna be in their feelings about Pac. You know, how he loved his mama. In the end, Pac sold the hell out of the block. He told y'all to be revolutionary, to rob yourselves, kill yourselves. He dated white girls. He dated Madonna. He didn't do nothing revolutionary at all. That's the funniest thing about it. It's like you just like him. He was charismatic. You know what I'm saying? You like the sense of humor. You like the way he rapped. It's like, then they say Pac was like 5'5", 5'6", 5'5". Pac was a little ass dude. It's just all in the persona. It's just the show. It's an act. So you tell me, why should they be celebrated? What happened? What did they change? What did they expose? Because Pac's like, before I have fake computer chips, and it's like, of course, because nigga, you're already with them. You're not going to fake anything. You already know what's coming. You already know the internet age is coming. He already knew everything. And then when people were talking about computer chips, they were just talking about that at the World Science Forum. So it's like, how do you think he knew this information? That's the funniest shit. You gotta listen to people rhyme. It's like, just listen to them. Just slow it down and listen to them. They tell them themselves. They do it every time. So, why should these two be celebrated? Y'all tell me. Tell me, why should they be celebrated? Tell me. I'm not getting it. I'm not. I know people want to fake the funk forever because that's cool. Being fake is cool. Being in is cool. But say in is getting you fucked over. Something to think about. Watch the documentary. Contribute. Pay your money. That's what you want to do. But I'm just asking the question. What are we celebrating them for? Pac left nothing but destruction. He didn't leave nothing good. And like I said, I believe he was a government agent, and I believe he was gay. He didn't leave any kids. Y'all can talk about all these women he was around that don't mean shit. He didn't leave no kids. Janet wanted an AIDS test from him. Why would she even ask that? She's making out with Q-Tip all through this motherfucking movie. Like you said, they it wasn't just in cut. They rehearsed that scene like 3-4 times. Q-Tip's tonguing the fuck out of her, just rubbing her butt. All the... With him, she wanted AIDS test. Why? Why, Pac? Because you got around. Like, why, Pac? Why she want AIDS test from you? There's a lot of weird shit about Tupac that just don't add up. Like, look, I just showed you the Omar Epps joint. Marlon Wayans brought that story up. Pac wanted to put his balls next to Omar Epps' face, like, really? Then Pac's with Spice One in New York. He takes to a club, dudes running around naked. The Tupac hoax showed a video of him with his, his wang out. I'm saying, had his wang out at a party with double dudes. Weird shit. Then you gotta look at it like this. And they say these niggas is cousins. It's like, all right, well, explain this weird ass picture to me. Why you holding his face like that? Why you hold your cousin's face like that? That's the weirdest shit ever. Like, nigga, the fuck? And y'all kept that picture? Y'all didn't throw it away or nothing? Y'all didn't be like, yo, man, I'm not feeling this picture, Pete. Like, get this shit up out of here. Nah, you kept it. And this ain't even Photoshop. See that one with them in the bed, him and Money B? I don't know. That could be Photoshop. It could not be, but it's like, I don't know. I don't know. This one I know is not Photoshop. And it's like, you just got weird ass pictures, nigga. Something don't add up. Then, like I said, no, better yet, I did say, yeah. Then he had that vibe of that last interview. He had that vibe, and he said East Coast niggas and West Coast thugs, or East Coast thugs and West Coast niggas making babies. And then he slipped. He's like, I meant bitches, but I don't know, bro. All I'm saying is, I believe it's a government like laugh in the face, because why would they give him 2 Indian names and then he's supposed to play off some like revolutionary Black Panther dude from Africa and shit, and these Shakurs are all supposed to be together? And why was his auntie Asada able to escape to Cuba? Why was it a rumor that he had got to Cuba? And it's like, why does he have hair like that? You could clearly tell from Pac's beard and mustache that nigga's mixed with something. He's not all what you would call, you know what I'm saying, African. He's not. There's a lot of weird shit about that family. Why you got so many different, like, dads? Why you got so many different names? Why you got a real name that's not related to anybody in your family? Why was your mom's taking, jailbird female names and shit? Celebrate him for what? Pac left us out here hopeless. He didn't give niggas no way out of thug life. He didn't give them nothing. He never changed it up. He never said, king life. He never did. He never changed it up. He came with the same shit over and over and over. And now everybody lost. Now every time people think about, Tupac, all they think about is Ambitions of a Rider. They ain't thinking about no damn Dear Mama. That's what's so funny about this documentary they're about to make. It's like, nobody even looks at Pac like that. Man, that was one song. Keep your head up. One song, 2 songs. Y'all don't even bump them. Y'all bump California Love. Y'all bump Ambitions of a Rider. Y'all bump See the Same Hoe. Y'all bump. Come on, bro. Like, troublesome. Y'all not bumping no damn Dear Mama like that, so knock it off, man. Like, that whole image is tainted. And that's what I'm saying. That whole family is tainted. People don't even look at that name. That's a COINTEL operative name. Like, nigga, that's something they created. It's not even real. It's not even them. You got all these other ones. They're supposed to be some big, like, underground. Come on, man. You gotta do the research into the Black Panthers and what really happened. And how do y'all go from bettering your people to selling drugs to them? Or doing the drugs? Because that's the funny thing. They try to act like Huey P was against them selling drugs, but he's smoking dope. So, weird situation, man. Y'all let me know. Like, share, subscribe, you know, whatever it is. But tell me, man. You know, be a fan. There's nothing wrong with being a fan, but once you get deeper into it, I don't think they should be celebrated like that. For what? There was no bond like that any fucking way. Your mom would have been had you start. You're a rapper. You run around thugging around. Knock it off.